Welcome back to Hannity. He was once a supporter of President Obama, but not anymore. And my next guest is not mincing words when it comes to his critique of the commander-in-chief. Now, here's the backstory. Late last week, after a National Press Club conference on gun control, our friends over at the Daily Caller caught up with Harry Alford, the president and CEO of the National Black Chamber of Commerce, and they asked him what he thought about President Obama and his policies. Here is part of his response.
He doesn't have a clue. He's never had a business. He's never had a real job. He doesn't understand how it all works. I mean, he's just, as you know, I don't really support him too well. And he knows it. And that's a badge of honor.
Thank you so much.
He's bad. He's bad. And I supported him. I voted for him first time around. I had hopes because he was black. Shame on me. He is not Adam Smith. He does not believe in capitalism the way our founding fathers did. He is very social, and it's getting borderline communist.
And joining me now to help explain is the man you just heard from. Harry Alford is the co-founder, president, and CEO of the National Black Chamber of Commerce. Sir, good to see you. Welcome back.
Well, thanks, Hannity. Sean, please.
I'm
glad to be back.
Well, we're glad to have you and actually have a discussion. We had a little fireworks at the beginning of the program, but let me ask you, you actually said something that caught my attention before we get to Obama. I voted for him the first time around. I had hope because he was black. Shame on me. What did you mean by that, sir?
We were in such hopes that finally that black leader came around, and that he was tall and handsome and could speak so eloquently, and he was going to lead us and take us to a new level. We're kind of blinded by that, we being the African-American community, basically, and many others, Hispanics and others. It didn't turn out that way. You know, it's like the old Roberta Flack song, "Killing Me Softly." You know, it wins me over, and then sweet talks me to my death if we don't watch it.
I like the song, but I don't like the way this has turned out. The president's been scaring people a lot, demagoguing about the economy. Here's my fear. We've got 50 million Americans on food stamps. We got 1 in 6 Americans in poverty. We've got $6 trillion in new Obama debt. Now the economy is contracting. What has he done wrong? Because he said he would fix all this.
He hasn't done anything to fix it. He's been ignoring it. He's spending, spending, spending. That's the problem, spending. He wants to tax, tax, tax. Yet the irony of it is, he dogs successful people. He says they're bad, rich is evil, but yet he's courting on his knees the rich to come and give him some money so that he could use it for whatever reason. I don't know. He's termed out. I don't know what he's planning for us.
When you look at demographics, and I know probably we spend too much time in this country breaking things down demographically, we're all Americans, but you look at the African-American community voted for him 95+%. Huge numbers. When you look and break down demographics, it's the young people in this country that voted for him in a majority of numbers, African-Americans, minorities that seem to be hurt the most by his policies.
Absolutely.
Why then would they vote for him?
And they even know it. Ben Jealous, the NAACP, admitted it on Meet the Press. We all know this misery, but it's something like, well, we got a bad guy in the family, but we're going to protect him because he's family. We got to wake up, slap ourselves and wake up. This is America, and everybody's involved in this. And if our children are hurting, it's our responsibility to find someone who understands that pain, feels it like Bill Clinton would say. This guy doesn't feel it.
You said, go ahead, sir. Finish your thought.
In fact, he issues a lot of that pain with a smile.
Yeah. He said he's not Adam Smith. He doesn't believe in capitalism the way our founders did. And he's very social and becoming borderline communist.
I said it. You know, to my advisors, including my wife, I should never say that, but
why? Why do you believe it?
Well, it's so anti-capitalistic. This distribution of wealth, that to me, that says it all. He wants to redistribute wealth, take money that was honestly earned and taxed by people who struggled and suffered and paid the price to win that money, or at least keep it. He wants to take it from them, give it to people who don't have to do a thing. It's the will of the state to oversee everyone. and for the unions to control the employees, and for the CEOs just to sit and be quiet while we take all we can and then tax the rest.
To each according to his need, from each according to his ability. You know, the people that are working now in New York and California, they're paying over 60 cents of every dollar they make to the government, state, local, federal government, et cetera. You also said that he doesn't have a clue. He's never had a business. He's never had a real job. Why don't you think that the media in this country paid attention to the fact? I still don't know what a community organizer is. Maybe you can help me out. I don't know what an Acorn guy is, except, you know, we see Acorn and what they're involved in the elections. Why do you think that the media ignores it and gives him a pass?
I think they're in on it for some reason. I can't figure out our media. I used to have faith in all the media that they would print the news, print the truth. But it looks like we're having in a couple of entities, it resembles old Pravda, the Soviet Union, doesn't it?
I will say this. There is a state-run media, and democracy, I would argue, sir, cannot function without a diligent media that does its job. And we don't have that in the country right now. We really don't. And meaning a mainstream media. Last thing about President Obama, and I just maybe give your thoughts. Why is it that he gets away with this fear-mongering? We're going to cut $85 billion out of a $3.6 trillion budget. He's already increased the budget 20%. We're just going to try and save the country from accumulating more debt. Why does he go through this whole fear-mongering over just a small cut after dramatic increases? Why do you think he's doing that?
It's part of that divide and conquer. He's trying to bait and switch. The deal is we want a 3% reduction. 3%.
2.4.
That's peanuts. You can do that. That's so simple. When I was in corporate America, the boss says we're going to have to decrease the budget 2.4%. We'd all start dancing.
Yeah. All right, sir. Good to see you. Thank you for being with us.
Thank you.